to describe how to generate a mesh in MFiX. And actually, what you do is that you go to the file case, fluid.bed.dem.mfix, for example, and you open. And then you have a measure and a background. In the background, you have the geometry. Here we're not advanced, we're not talking about STL files, we're talking about rectangular meshes, which are the only possible ways of generating meshes at the moment for us in MFiX. You have the dimensions, for example in X direction, dimensions in the Y direction, and you can enable the 3D, but you can disable the 3D and go only for 2D. And then you have the regions. And the regions are typically the beginning of how you will introduce your boundary conditions and initial conditions, for example. Like here we have the top and the bottom and the entire domain. We have actually three regions, and these regions can be like identified as the following. For example, you can add a region, okay, and you can specify the dimensions of this region, for example, and it can be used for multiple purposes. But for now, you can easily generate regions by clicking on those. Like if you want to generate the bottom, a region at the bottom where you, for example, will initiate your particles or will eject your particles, you can choose a bottom border, and it will create a bottom region. Okay, this bottom region, for example, which is already created, will be used in the boundary condition specification and initial condition specification. Okay, so this was a quick tip on how to run a mesh. Yes, and the most important part comes here. For example, here is the mesh resolution. How many cells you want in X direction and how many cells you want in the Y direction. And there is a very, very precious note here that it's always preferable not to make your cell size smaller than the particle size, because if you do that, it will give you an error. So we go for measure, and there are some not really important information, and then you click accept and click generate, and your mesh is generated. And once your mesh is generated, the modeler will be open.